Well, hello everybody. First of all, I would like to introduce my friend Hernán Baja. In this case, we're together here to share a topic, and we are representing Universidad Latina de Costa Rica. We both are from Guapiles. I hope you enjoy this presentation, and please donate. The main purpose of this activity is to donate. Don't forget it, please. Okay? We're going to start. Let's see. Okay, there we are. Resiliency is a concept that we're going to discover through different aspects. First, we are going to explain that we can have students having difficult situations and they're going to have the ability to recover. Okay, Hernan, what comes to your mind when you listen to the word resiliency?
Well, Carlos, thank you very much. Pretty much my first thought, or the first things that comes to my mind is pretty much the ability to restate ourselves from a difficult situation in life.
Okay, let's check this. Yeah, we have two examples in this case. For example, a car who has an accident and it was demolished. It didn't demonstrate too much resilience. But in the same case, if the car had an accident and if didn't suffer more than scratches, uh, we can state that the car has resiliency.
Exactly.
So this is the ability to get back to the previous state. Okay.
Well, in this specific case, I would like to mention something. For example, in certain case, or we as teachers have to face this kind of utterances of our students. Teacher, I will be never able to overface or overcome this kind of situation. So in that specific thing or in that specific case, we gotta help them. We gotta help them out and provide them different possibilities, the different solutions to these problems. Because as we already know, in that specific case, some teenagers, some students are like struggling with and emotional situations, and also the the ability to overcome certain situations as well. So we got to provide certain solutions in order to overcome that situation together, right?
And what's the difference between the kids who bounce back easily and those who can't recover from frustration?
Well, pretty much, I would like to say that the key thing is resiliency, as we have been discussing. But pretty much, there is something interesting. Our beliefs and our attitudes as well, um, and the way how we were raised, because it provides us the ability to to see beyond. Like,
Well, you were talking about something interesting, Hernan, which is where does resiliency come from? Well, you were mentioning something interesting, which is from family.
exactly.
How important the role of family is in this stage of the not only the kids but also the students at school, and also we can mention the role of the teachers to
Exactly. Yeah.
develop the students' resiliency. Yeah, we can say that fortunately these are internal factors that affect the humor, inner direction, optimism, and flexibility. We can mention that they are traits that we can build or strengthen. Okay.
Exactly. That is correct.
What about this phrase about we have Samantha Cleaver, and she says, "Do not shield kids from everyday frustrations."
Well, one thing that we gotta say about this is sometimes we gotta pretend, or we want them to avoid that specific situation, to be exposed to failure, because we want to this is a problem. We got to protect them, and we do not allow them to discover failure and learn from it.
Are you saying that we must let the kids, in some cases, face the challenges and let them try to solve the problems before we act as parents, as teachers?
Exactly. That is what I meant.
Okay, so we are going to avoid them to become vulnerable later. This is a way to develop resiliency. Well, we have some advice, and we would like to mention some of them according to the available time. Um, to recommend the audience about how to develop resiliency in our students. Uh, I would like to mention, well, number one, which is in the very moment that you're going to find the situation with the students, I will recommend to keep the perspective. So it means that if for you is something simple as an adult person, it could be the grade of a quiz, missing a turn on the center of the block, presenting in front of the class. For the student could be a disaster. But in this case, keeping the perspective isn't about minimizing the problem or insisting that it could be worse. It's about problem solving. So we can uh, teach our students, our kids, that if they had a problem with the quiz, there is going to be another opportunity to improve the grade, to get a better result in a test, to get something better in an exercise. It could be a grammar exercise, it could be a presentation, an oral presentation. So they will have more opportunities to develop their capacity, their ability.
Yeah, that's right. Also, we got to bear in mind that we got to capture the opportunity. As we have been mentioning before, we pretend to avoid these kind of situations, make them or protect them from failure. In that specific case, we gotta let them go and then let them go to discover and learn, and then we can provide feedback, for example, about the consequences or different um about different like point of view about these like these consequences.
Well, in this case, it's important to praise the effort of the students so we can teach them that they can be rewarded because they are doing great. I like the next one. We need to cool down. And what does it mean? It means that we should have, as teachers, strategies before kids get upset. In the moment it's time to get them to practice those strategies. For example, we need to be prepared to support our students. We should have in the classroom a cool down corner. I don't know, probably you should have some pillows, you should have some games, music, or headphones, books. And then we can teach them, for example, to count from 1 to 10 while taking deep breath, or to distract themselves by reading or writing until they have calmed down. We can teach our students to go outside the class, walk around for a couple of minutes, and then when they feel better, they should come back.
Exactly. Well, the next one is pretty important because, as we already know, that kind of situations can make us think that everything is like destroyed or broken. So in that specific case, we gotta connect or create connections between students. For example, in the classroom, we can make an important strategy. For example, like peer mentoring instead of show and tell. So pretty much in that kind of situations, we need to team up with the students and make all feel like together because pretty much all of us are feeling or are exposed to the same situation actually.
Okay, very interesting. We have another one. In this case, the advice will be build confidence. So we should know that every student is good at something. they are good in some particular skills or activities, but they may struggle when they don't see the connection between their strength and transfer across situations. So we
Okay.
should.
So, Carlos, time is up, unfortunately.